All right. We'd like to call to order this special session of the governing board. It's 12:03 on Tuesday the 28th or 12:04. First thing is the adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda, Quincy or Perry?
President Bragg, there are no changes to the agenda.
All right, then I'll take a motion to adopt the agenda.
I move to adopt the agenda.
That was Samantha, yeah.
Yep.
I second. Courtney.
All right, I have a first and second. All in favor? Quincy, do a roll call.
Do a roll call. Ken?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Amanda?
Aye.
And Courtney?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, we've adopted the agenda. Okay, next up, Superintendents Report. Dr. Berry.
President Bragg, governing board members, hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. I have a number of things to go over with you today for my superintendent report. I'll start with exceptional personnel, and one of our priorities in our strategic plan. I wanted to recognize Carl Holgerson. Last Friday, the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, the AIAAA, named Newell Barney's Carl Holgerson as the middle school athletic director of the year. And I notified you guys about this last week. We're all very proud of Carl. He is the first recipient of this award. And as the organization recently voted to expand the 80 of the year recognitions to the middle school level, and Carl was the first recipient, and it's well deserved. We're very proud of Carl. You guys all know Carl, and just wanted to publicly recognize him for that recognition. Next, I would like to talk a little bit about some student success. Over the weekend, I don't know if you've been following on social media or in the news outlets, we had a number of high school teachers that went around to the different homes of our senior students and put up yard signs for our seniors. And it said, you did it, class of 2020. I wanted to let you know that idea originated from Quincy and Stephanie, and then they turned it loose to the high school staff, and this high school staff has done an amazing job. They distributed these signs, and we've got a ton of great recognition from it. The media outlets that have been covering this are ABC 15, Fox 10, KTAR. They've all ran news stories about the signs, and I just wanted to publicly thank the great staff members of Queen Creek High School who took the time to post those signs around the community. I also want to talk a little bit about operations and systems. We are less than 1 week away from launching our new and improved online enrollment for new families. The system will go live on May 4th, and I've been getting updates every week from Crystal and the committee that's working behind the scenes to make this a reality. The online enrollment portal will give parents and guardians the flexibility to upload enrollment documents to enrolled students from the comfort of their own computer or their own home. So we're very excited about that, and I want to recognize that group. I also want to talk a little bit about our child nutrition department. As you know, they are meeting a very critical need within our community right now by continuing this grab and go breakfast and lunch distribution at Eastmark High School and at the Queen Creek High School, originally the Boys and Girls Club. As of the 28th of April, they have distributed over 118,000 meals to our families. And I've seen firsthand, I've been at the sites a few times. I know that Mr. Bragg, we've had a ton of volunteers, and our faculty have been volunteering, but I've seen firsthand just how effective their system is when it comes to ensuring families are served safely and efficiently. I would publicly like to recognize Dustin Walker, Jessica Merkley, Michelle Bradford, Angela Grieco, Darcy Whiting, Liz Murray, and all of the other volunteers who show up when they can to help meet this unique need. It's been a great story to tell. And then last, I'd like to share with you on some effective partnerships. there was a company by the name of Patriot Martial Arts Academy of the Santan Valley in Queen Creek. They handmade a bunch of masks. They were sterilized, sewn, put into these bags, and then given to the district. They distributed them to the Child Nutrition Department yesterday. Was it yesterday? And then today, as we speak, we have Peggy Overton picking up about 500 masks from Megan Delartrina, our EFRG lobbyist. And so it's been kind of cool to see the partnerships come together to help us serve others. And yeah, so that concludes the district operations. Now I wanted to let you know that this is the first year that we have the awards of excellence. And so I'm going to kind of take you through this awards of excellence. We had originally planned on having this dinner, formal event, and have it emceed, and that is no longer going to happen. So I'm going to do it all virtually today, but I just wanted to start off by reading a few things, recognizing 22 recipients, and then letting the board and the community know who the finalists are for the educator and the classified employee of the year. So in our district, as you know, we value and support and recognize excellence in all employees. This year, our staff created an opportunity to recognize this excellence throughout the district by allowing staff members to anonymously nominate colleagues for the first annual awards of excellence. There was criteria and basically using a four-prong approach. One, achieving excellence. Number two, leading with integrity, empowering those that they work with. And then the fourth is, displaying positive values like being kind, respectful, and showing integrity. And every day, every staff member was permitted to nominate up to 3 teachers and 3 support staff members. And these nominees went to the site administration, eventually to the cabinet. And then we narrowed it down to 2 members for each school. And so on March the 2nd, I actually had an opportunity to go around and surprise each winner at their site and notify them of this honor and invite them to this dinner that we were going to have, and they could bring a guest, but where they would receive these plaques. And each winner was given a short paragraph identifying examples of their efforts and providing excellence from their nominations. As you know, unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic broke out, and unfortunately, we're not able to hold this dinner this year, but I would like to read the winners' names. Now, you'll bear with me, there's 22 names, and I just want to say this, is that the board should know that there's a lot of deserving people that make our district great, and they're going to all receive a nice plaque, and a lot of them, we understand, are going to tune into this board meeting. But I'm going to start off by just personally thanking all of the people who put this event together. There was a lot of work that goes into this. I want to thank the principals, Dr. Monroe and his committee, Quincy, Stephanie, everybody. I also want to thank those people that nominated their colleagues. It was awesome to see so many nice things being said about the people that work in our district. But anyway, with that said, let's start with Desert Mountain. There are 11 schools, meaning there's 22 people. Starting off at Desert Mountain Elementary, the educator of the year was Kristen Barber, a 3rd grade teacher. Support staff of the year was Michelle Burton, the admin assistant. Over at Francis Brandon Pickett Elementary, the educator of the year was Carrie Kays, 2nd grade teacher, and the support staff of the year was Mary Plunk, attendance specialist. Over at Sossaman Elementary, the educator of the year was Tammy Vega, a 3rd grade teacher, and the support staff member was Lulu Vasquez, administrative clerk and ELL clerk. And then we're at GPA. Educator of the year was Alyssa Crawford, 1st grade teacher, and support staff of the year goes to Lisa Hebler, the admin assistant. Jack Barnes was the educator of the year was Rhiannon Haggard, 5th grade teacher, and support staff of the year was Larissa Meehan, the instructional assistant. Queen Creek L, educator of the year was Amy Friesen, the music teacher, and then the support staff member of the year was Angel Hernandez, the instructional assistant. Silver Valley Elementary, educator of the year, Melanie, Zasadil, the 3rd grade teacher, and the support staff member was Lisa Bushnick, the admin assistant. Newell Barney Middle School, the educator of the year was Deborah Welch, and she's an 8th grade ELA teacher, and the support staff member of the year was Anna Price, the admin assistant for SPED department. Queen Creek Middle School Educator of the Year was Deanna Andrews, 6th and 7th grade math teacher, and the support staff goes to Chris Wells, the admin assistant. Okay, now off to our high schools. Eastmark High School, the Educator of the Year was Allison Smith, a high school math teacher, and the support staff member of the year was Amy Davison, the security guard. And then at Queen Creek High School, excuse me, the Educator of the Year was Matt Chicky, chemistry teacher, and the support staff member of the year was Brandy Vendiola, the registrar registrar and student services. So with all of that said, again, want to recognize every one of these people. They are very well deserving, but on behalf of the committee and the district, I'm very proud to announce the Queen Creek Educator of the Year that goes to Miss Tammy Vega, the 3rd grade teacher at Faith Mather Sossaman Elementary. And then the support staff member of the year goes to Miss Chris Wells, the admin assistant at Queen Creek Middle School. So let's give them a quick round of applause. So President Bragg, members of the board, that is my lengthy board report, and I have nothing else to add.
All right, thank you. So with that, that leads us to our next item, which is the consent agenda. So I'll take a motion on that.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Jennifer, second.
I have a first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ken? He's just gonna.
Aye.
We're doing the roll call.
Oh.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Samantha?
Aye.
And Courtney?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That leads us to action items. Discussion and possible action to approve the purchase and installation of LED lighting at Desert Mountain Elementary, Francis Brandon Pickett Elementary, Jack Barnes Elementary, Queen Creek Elementary, Queen Creek Middle, Queen Creek High Schools. Dr. Strong.
President Bragg, members of the board, as required by the Procurement Code of the State of Arizona, the governing board must approve the utilization of cooperative contracts. This project is for the purchase and installation of LED lighting according to the scope of work outlined in the attachments with the quotes through the Mojave Cooperative Contract number 19E uses 0826 and an amount not to exceed $570,820.80. We'll be retrofitting quite a few fixtures with tube and driver components for LED. There are going to be savings of almost 1 million kilowatt hours per year and approximate budgetary savings to the M&O of $114,000 for approximately a 3.8-year payback on this project. We'll be using lease funds that we procured earlier this year through a lease that we had for energy savings. Recommend approval.
All right. Any questions, board members? All right. So with that silence, I will ask for a motion.
This is Bill Schultz. I move that we approve the purchase and installation of LED lighting throughout the schools.
Second, Samantha.
I have a first and second. All in favor? Quincy?
Ken?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Samantha?
Aye.
Courtney?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. This is fun. Next, personnel. I can take a motion in its entirety, or we can go individually.
I move that we take
I move
personnel
to
in its
take
entirety.
personnel.
Okay, I got Jen
Second.
for the motion.
Samantha,
And
second.
someone just second. Perfect. I have a first and second. All in favor? Quincy?
Ken?
Aye.
Jennifer,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Samantha,
Aye.
and Courtney.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. Perry, do you want to announce anything about the new hires, or do you want to just move on?
Yes, sir, Mr. Bragg, I'm sorry about that. With the personnel agenda, within the personnel agenda, we have two important positions. They're all important, but these are high profile positions that you would be approving. One is the new recommendation for the Queen Creek High School Athletic Director, Renee Rigoli, and then the new Director of Business Operations is Justin Weston. And as you know, Mr. Bragg and board members, we typically have the people at our meeting and they come up and speak from the podium. But because of our virtual meeting format, I have had these people just write a little summary, and I would like to read their summary for you at this time. Starting with Renee Rigold, she just says, Queen Creek governing board members, thank you. I want to take a quick moment to thank everyone for putting their trust in me to be the next athletic director at Queen Creek High School. I am both excited and humbled for this opportunity. With this position comes immense responsibility that I do not take lightly. Queen Creek is steeped in rich traditions and Bulldog pride, and I am proud to become part of the Bulldog family. I have immense respect for Paul Reynolds and the leadership that he has given Queen Creek High School athletics, and I look forward to working with him closely, the teachers, the administration, the coaches, student athletes, and families in years to come. Again, thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And that comes from Renee Rigold. She was over at Campo Verde. And I don't know if you guys know this or if she didn't tell me this, but I heard recently that she was elected as the 5A Athletic Director of the Year by AIA. Can someone confirm that?
Yes, that's correct, Dr. Berry.
So that's our recommendation for the Queen Creek High School. And then Mr. Bragg and board, for the Director of Business Operations is Justin Weston. He says, note to the governing board. Good afternoon, Governing Board President, Vice President Revolt, board members Ms. Davis, Narancic, and Mr. Schultz. It is my pleasure to accept the position of Director of Business Services at Queen Creek Unified School District. I have 15 years of experience in banking and accounting, the last 5 years in school finance, and I am excited for the opportunity to work in the school finance team in Queen Creek Unified School District administration to improve processes and provide informed guidance on quality decision making. I'm looking forward to making worthy contributions that result in effective solutions and collaborating with team members to enhance a productive culture. I look forward to meeting and working with each of you as we work through the current challenges that we are facing. I am excited to be part of the growth and future of Queen Creek Unified School District. Best regards, Justin Weston. So that's all I have, Mr. Bragg.
Cool, thank you. So with that, I think the only thing left is adjournment,
Ken,
correct? Yes.
I have a question. I totally hate to throw a wrench in things, but I thought that because it's a virtual meeting, I didn't have the board agenda in front of me. And I thought that the 301 part would be an action item and not part of consent agenda. And there was a question that I wanted to pull out from the 301 information that I wasn't quite sure that I agreed with. Is it still okay to bring that up, or have I missed that?
I think we missed it, but I think we can still ask about it to see if we need to adjust it in a future meeting.
Yes, that we agree with that. It's okay to bring it up now, and we will take note and bring it up for a future discussion if so be. But go ahead and make your comments known, Ms. Revolt.
Okay, I apologize. So I had a question. So with us shifting the 2 hours from activity to PD, I feel like that makes it a lot harder for the teachers, and I feel like I liked the activity hours because it encouraged them to be a part of after school activities and things outside of that. And, they're already getting PD every half day. They don't get any of those half days to work on anything in their classrooms. And so I feel like we're giving them a lot of PD opportunity. And I feel like the shift of those 2 hours is an unnecessary shift.
Okay, so I don't know how do you want to handle this at this point? I've got how would it be for us to bring it up in a discussion item in a future meeting, or are you prepared to talk to this, Cord? Do you want to talk to it, Erica? How do you want to handle this, Mr. Bragg?
So if someone has a retort, they can say, well, this is why we did it, and feel free to explain it, or we can bring it up in a future meeting. But we did already vote on it, so I feel like we can't go back.
Dr. Monroe, or I don't want to put you on the spot, but can you guys comment at this time, or Erica, or anyone for that matter, or would you rather us put this onto a topic of discussion for our next meeting?
Well, we can do both. I can comment on it, and if needs be, we can discuss it a little more. In working with the 301 committee, Allison Carmichael is the head of the 301 committee, and there's a teacher representative from each school on the 301 committee that works on 301 and basically the approval. And part of the thought from the committee on that shift, Mrs. Revolt, was that a lot of the hours, I guess you could say those activity hours, were starting to become a little more watered down. And the committee thought that there would be an opportunity to align a lot of the professional development with things that the school district is doing. And so the committee brought to Eric and I this idea of shifting 2 of the hours, which we were amenable to. They still have opportunity to be a part of the school and do all that professional development, but we simply shifted 2 of those hours. So that was the thinking kind of behind that. There's a lot of districts that don't even have any activity hours for things like that, for them to be part of the school, but it's important to us that they are. But that's kind of why we did the shift of the 2 hours.
Ms. Revolt, the only other thing that I would add is when Allison Carmichael, who's the chair of the 301 committee, met with us to discuss this idea, it was just brought up that when the initial hours were set, we didn't offer a lot of professional development through our district, and that's one of the reasons why they had built in those activity hours. But with the addition of academic coaches and a PD coordinator, we have increased the offerings tenfold for teachers in professional learning. And so we felt like that was a good time to adjust those numbers.
Okay, so essentially, though, from what I've heard, the professional development, those 2 hours have to be completed outside of work time. So it would be requiring them to serve those hours or earn those hours basically over one of the breaks. Is that correct?
Sure. We have virtual professional development opportunities. We have coaches and specialists who offer professional learning opportunities after school hours at the different sites or at the district office during the regular school week, but after contract hours. Also breaks. We also do a huge PD camp in the summer, kind of a kickoff to the school year. And so there's many different opportunities. And that part of the 301 is the pay for performance. So yes, it is outside of school hours. It's intended for additional performance outside of your regular professional responsibilities. And so that would be outside of their contract hours.
And one of the great things that's happened, like what Erica was saying, Jen, was that within the last few years, we've made adjustments where if you're a returning teacher, you can start to do that professional development almost as soon as the year is out during the summer. So a lot of those summer trainings, teachers are able to count towards those hours. So like Erica says, there's so many more opportunities for teachers to do this at different times than at just a few years back.
Okay, yeah, I guess I still just, I do have issue with it. I realize I already voted on it. So at this point, there's not much I can do. I feel like because we are having to, because of budgetary reasons, reduce the 301, I felt like that was kind of maybe not the best move to make with that. So if there's any way that we can put a discussion item in the future, perhaps on half-day PD, and maybe there's a way we can offer 2 of the half days, you know, 1 each semester for teachers to work on things independently rather than attending the PD. Maybe that's a way that we can, you know, kind of make it up or make it seem a little bit more equitable. Those are just my thoughts. I apologize. I totally thought this was an action item and not part of consent agenda.
Well, just one thing I would also, and you probably know this, but typically we would have the 301 committee and Allison, the chair, come to a board meeting and do a in-person presentation so you guys could, you know, ask questions and have that discussion. But because of the virtual meeting format that we're living under, it's not feasible to do it that way, I guess. So we will try to make that more clear. I put it in my board report, but I need to make it more clear where it's at, and I apologize for that as well.
So we can discuss it further. There's no issue,
Okay.
right? It's not like it's going to affect anyone's pay before we meet again, right?
That we will put it. I'll put it on a future meeting and for a discussion. Okay.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
So I've got a couple of things that I've just got on a sticky note here that I wanted to just make staff aware of. The first thing is the summer school, and I'm working on trying to get my own child into a course, and the counselors are letting us know that there's quite a bit of work to be done in those summer school courses through Edgenuity, 50 hours per week. And then I saw some criticism out there that in regards to the amount that we spent on bringing in Edgenuity and then the amount of hours that are required for these courses. And so just wanted to kind of bring that out there and let staff know that that's going on. I imagine you guys are probably well aware of that. The other thing is the delivering of diplomas. How are we going to get diplomas out to kids? I'd love to go out and deliver diplomas to students, but I don't know what you guys have planned for how we're handing out diplomas and doing that.
Yeah, we in the board report that I sent out, Bill, I attached a matrix. It's a graduation matrix that has a variety of options that we're looking at and planning for graduation. And there's a variety of options that range from virtual graduation options to the drive-through, all the way up to waiting until this is lifted and having something at ASU. I can put that on a future meeting for a deeper discussion, but that was in my board report that I sent out. So we're kind of in the situation like all districts throughout the country where we're waiting for some sort of social distancing restrictions to be lifted to determine what we can and can't do regarding graduation. And based on that guidance, and we're kind of waiting, I've been in contact with all the East Valley superintendents, and we're kind of waiting on that guidance from the governor to help us understand what we can do. Now, depending on what that guidance is, would determine how we distribute those diplomas. Ideally, we would like to do it in a more formal, traditional way, but there's all kinds of variations in between the traditional all the way down to a virtual. Now, and I know I'm dancing around your question because we don't have a firm answer on how we're going to do this, but I just wanted you to know why. And we are planning, and there are a lot of different ideas that are being kicked around, but our goal is to give our students the best, most formal graduation experience as possible, given the conditions that we're all under. And we're just kind of playing it by ear at this point in time. So I hope that's okay for this point. Okay, thank you. Thumbs up.
Dr. Berry, can I jump in quickly and just say that I did read through that list of options that you guys came up with, and they are incredibly creative. Bill, you have to take a look. They had, I think, 9 different options that they're looking at, and I felt like each one of them were thoughtful and creative. So I really appreciate that you guys are working so hard on that.
And I don't know if President Bragg, if you would like for staff to respond to the summer school, I can have Erica talk to that real quick if you like.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead, Erica.
Sure. Hi, Mr. Schultz. Thank you for your question. We just actually gave Dr. Berry an update right before this meeting happened, and we will be sending out communication to the high school families. We have been responding to questions about the time commitment, and we reached back out to Edgenuity to get some, have some questions about the times that we were given. And we actually received different information with our follow-up call. And so that will be coming out, some clarification to make it, they are actually estimating about 20 hours per week for a full credit course rather than the 50. It ends up being 50 to 60 hours total per half credit. And so we will send out, I apologize for that information that was received originally, that was put out there. And I appreciate the questions coming up, because I did get several emails and we responded to parents, and it led us to reach back out to Edgenuity and say, hey, we're getting, you know, lots of questions. We just want to confirm these numbers that we were originally given. So that will go out actually right after this board meeting. And also just based on the fact that those hours are basically cut in half from what we were originally told, we're also then going to be able to offer up to 2 credits per student to enroll in with that time commitment for our summer session. So
Interesting. Cool. Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So on that topic, if there are other questions that come up, you know, like Erica said, the communication will come out soon. If you guys hear any questions or concerns, please forward them to us, and we will do our best to adjust and answer all of those unique questions that may come up. Thank you. Mr. Schultz.
All right. So with that, we can take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I move to adjourn the meeting, Samantha.
This is Bill. I second that.
I'm a first and second. All in favor? Quincy.
Ken,
Aye.
Jennifer,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Samantha,
Aye.
and Courtney.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.